All right, here we go. What's up, everybody? Let's try this again. It's your host, Demetrius Villa, president, founder of the American Rail Club. Glad to see you all. It's another wintry day up here, Midwest, up here in Indiana. That's where I'm at right now. It's pretty cold. It's going to have a wintry storm here, so finally, good. There we go. Now we can see you all. Perfect. So you all can tell, I mean, it's, again, everybody's having a bit of a winter storm here. Arctic blasts coming in, so it's going to be pretty cool. So hopefully you all are staying warm wherever you are. If you're in the Midwest, if you're in the South, you probably are staying warm, and even there, it's pretty cool. What's up, everybody? All right, great. You can all hear me. So how are we all staying warm here? So Amtrak, well, here's the thing. Usually when winter storms come in, airlines are shut down. Highways, basically, it's a mess to get through. Amtrak is starting to shut down some trains because it's going to be too much in some places. So it's going to be pretty crazy, everybody. So just stay prepared, stay safe, make sure that, you're not doing anything crazy out there, and stay warm. That's another important thing. You got to stay warm. Let's see if I can get up. Let's see. Here we are. Northeast, doing best. I have to work tomorrow. Now how it is, Tomo-kun. We don't participate in winter storms. Daniel C. Where are you all from? Okay, Florida. Good. Yeah, I'm missing Florida right now. Wish I could be back there. All right. Where did my script go? That's odd. Here we are. Okay. Yeah. So Amtrak, they're modifying service in the Northeast and in the Midwest. So capital limit from Chicago to Washington, also the Cardinal that goes from Indianapolis to New York. That's going to be shut down for a couple trains. Sunday, it's going to be tomorrow. 5 Acela trains, 6 Northeast regional trains will not be operating between New York and Boston. You got 6 Keystone trains that are canceled between New York and Harrisburg and Pennsylvania. So, like I said, winter weather. It's what we're all over here. Okay. Yeah, imagine landing at O'Hara at that time. Yeah. Hello, Ruben. How's it going? Yeah. Why is my wallpaper a car, not a train? Like I said, I love cars, though. All right. Did you see CTA's video on Ram Manual's transit achievements? I'll link it if you have. If there's something you want me to see, do link it. So, Stefan, I will see that. So, link it over here. By the way, guys, we do have ourselves a new Instagram. We are here. We're live now on Instagram. So I know I did put out some things out there saying that if you do tag us, that you will be available on the next episode of the American Rail Club. So if you look here, this is Toga, which, by the way, if you don't know who Toga is, look up Toga East Coast. Let me put a link to his channel over here. There we are. There we go. So there's Toga's channel. That's his picture right there for the episode for today. And if you guys do want your picture, whether it's traveling through the winter or wherever you are, no matter where around the world, just go ahead, link it here on our Instagram. I'm going to link the Instagram over here below. That's our Instagram right here. Us to be featured in the next episode. There you are. There you go. And Stefan, I got your link there. Thank you for showing that. Let me see. Connor Drogless is asking, will Amtrak ever get high-speed rail? They technically do, but it's not really fast. They're trying to update their trains to Avelia, but that's something we're going to have to wait for. So, but here's the good thing now. So this episode, we're talking about the amount of massive building that's going around the United States, particularly in transit rail. Now, I know we don't really talk about transit that much here, but specifically, this is a big thing because once you get into a city, getting around into a city and urban environments, you're going to have to use another way other than just a train. So, this is probably the biggest thing that's happened this week is Tex Rail. So, Tex Rail is over in Fort Worth. It connects Fort Worth, North Richland Hills, Grapevine, Dallas Fort Worth Airport, and only goes far south, according to this, as Texas and Pacific Station in downtown Fort Worth. So it's it's pretty massive right now. And the thing about this now is that it's done super well in its opening weekend and its opening week, that they really want to go ahead and extend the trains south and west. So this is a great thing that's happening around the United States, because we haven't had this much building in years. I mean, we're seeing trains getting built all over the place. If you guys have noticed, I remember putting this video over here. This is by New York Train Chasers. This is in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, by the way. This is called the Milwaukee Hop. So the Hop just opened up in November. It connects around the urban environment of Milwaukee, which is really nice. By the way, let me know if you guys can hear the music that I have in the background. It's pretty cool, the music. Got the synthwave going on. Let me see. Someone's asking, Renal Reed. Renal, thank you for joining us. He's a really great guy up in New York. He's trying to do a lot there over in New York State. Will TexRail connect to TCR? It could. It could. Especially if it goes all the way from Fort Worth to Dallas. So Fort Worth and Dallas are very close cities. They're part of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, DFW. So if you guys ever go there, that's what it is. Ruiz Railroad can't hear the music. Okay, let me see if I can put it up just a bit. All right, and you guys are hyped. By the way, stay tuned to the end of the video, because we're going to have the drawing for who's going to get the shirt. And by the way, it's completely random, but we'll go to that. So let me know when you guys get to that. So this is pretty cool, by the way. So this train, again, this is the Milwaukee Hop that you're seeing right here on the screen. This is pretty cool because it's connecting all of Milwaukee, and this is something that's happening right now. Transit light rail is starting to come back in the United States. So it's really exciting to see this. I mean, we got several light rail projects happening, if you can see over here. So this is an article from trains.com. Pretty good website when it comes to getting news on trains. They have their magazine as well. So again, there's a lot happening right now. It's booming. By the way, if you're ever in Milwaukee, the Hop streetcar is for free, running for a year, thanks to the local casino sponsoring it. I can't pronounce it. Potawatomi, I think that's what it's called. They're sponsoring it, so it's free rides for a whole year. It's going to be pretty cool. All right, let's check out the chat. Cesar Harrison, hi there. So glad to finally join a live video for once by the American Rail Club. A lot is indeed happening around the country. It is, man, and we are all excited to be a part of it. Real glad. Let me know if you guys can hear the music now, because I think I got it going on now. Let's see. If not, let me put this up a little bit more. All right. Let me know if you guys can hear the music now, because I think it should be playing now. Yeah, it is indeed an engineering feat to be seamlessly constructing. Yeah. Light rail transit on roads, it's pretty expensive now in the United States because we already have so many roads already built in. And the construction costs of doing all that, which, by the way, we're going to get into that. There's a lot of other transit companies that are happening right now. Phoenix, particular, is embroiled in a pretty big battle. There's a lawsuit between the Arizona chapter of Associated General Contractors, which we'll call the AGC, and a opposition group called Building a Better Phoenix. If you've noticed now, all these opposition groups are starting to say, instead of Florida, not all aboard, now they're trying to say we're building a better environment instead of citizens against the railway. It's funny. All right. Let me see. There we go. Now people are hearing the music. That's good. Perfect. Excellent. All right. I'm trying not to make it too loud so you guys don't hear me and you hear the music. Let me see. Ethan Stein is asking, do you think the Honolulu Rail Transit will be successful? I think so. Honolulu Rail Transit, I think that's called HART, as they acronymized it. It's pretty cool. And again, we have San Francisco. They're expanding the Central Subway. Denver, Southeast Extension for RTD. Again, what I just said, Phoenix. We have, even in Canada, Waterloo to Kitchener. They're going to start Phase 1 in the spring of 2019, this year. So for you guys up in Canada, you guys are getting something too. So again, once America goes, everybody else starts to go as well. So especially over here in the Western Hemisphere, because we're behind everybody. So that's good. Even Ottawa Confederation line. So that's looking pretty good. So let's talk a little bit about this. Later on, I believe in February, I'm probably going to have a video dedicated just to the booming transit in the United States, because this is an interesting subject right here. This is something that's unprecedented right now to be seeing this coming back. So it's going to be pretty exciting. I do think Honolulu Transit is going to do very well. I do think so. Let's see another comment here. Joseph Mason, Houston just started up the metro. Next plan conversation, probably more light rails coming into the city in the next few years. Yep, you got that. You got DART in Dallas. You could have TexRail and DART be able to connect, so that should be good. Ruiz Railroad. Do you think the FRA should deregulate the rail industry? I do think so. Deregulate a little bit more. These deregulations have been coming. I know a lot of people on the Facebook group, don't like it. Oh, you can't be saying good things about Trump or anything like that. Guys, none of these things would be happening if we didn't have that going on right now. Okay? If it wasn't for the Trump administration cutting out a lot of these regulations, because that's the thing. Government is not going to build whether it's Republican or Democrat. And I'm not either party, by the way. If you look me up, I am no political affiliation. Okay? I'm not Republican, I'm not Democrat. I'm for America. Okay? I'm for this nation. For getting everything built, getting us forward, being number one. That's what it's about. Okay? So, taking out the regulations makes it easier for private companies and for cities and states to be able to build these projects faster, without so much complications, without the amount of money that was necessarily needed before. So that's what's going to happen. Let me see another comment over here. Tarash Shivenko, thank you for joining us, by the way. All of you in the chat, thank you guys for being part of this, joining the channel, subscribing, sharing the videos, because that's what keeps us going. By the way, if you're not subscribed yet, do subscribe. If you know somebody who would be loving to subscribe to this, go ahead, share the channel, share the videos. By the way, speaking of videos, our Hyperloop video has been doing pretty well. We just reached 10,000 views. 10,000 views. Let's see if we can get to 100,000 views, guys, because if we can do this, this will probably change the way we're thinking in the United States. So send this to your politician. Your local politician needs to see this. Send this to your governor. Send this on your Facebook page. Share it out there. Put it on Reddit. Put it wherever you can, because people need to see the truth about the Hyperloop. It's been hyped too much. And again, stay tuned, because we're going to pick the winner of our contest over here. We have the contest for the nickname of the Hyperloop, and maybe one of you guys. So it could be good. Yeah, so it would happen regardless of Trump or whatnot. But again, the government's not going to build it. We just need to get the regulations out of the way to make sure these companies start building more and more. Speaking of, now we see even freight railroad companies, they're doing pretty well. CSX has made a record operating ratio for Q4 of 2018, which means that their expenses are lower than their revenues. So that's pretty good. Everybody's really booming from this. So again, America's railroad industry is really, really booming. By the way, you guys still have time to enter the contest for the Hyperloop. If you haven't yet, go to the Hyperloop video. I'm going to link it right now in the description. Share this with everybody. Because at the end of this episode right here live, we're going to go ahead and pick a random winner for the t-shirt. Okay, so make sure you have a nickname for the Hyperloop in there in your comments. Whoever the winner has to have a nickname in the comment below. So that's how it works. And it's going to be coming up at the end, so you still have time. You still got time. I know some guys are putting in nicknames over here, but that's pretty cool. Do you think the regulation is going to have Texas Central? Yes, and it definitely has, since the FRA has finally updated the rules to make sure what high-speed rail actually is. That, by the way, this actually happened the first time the Japanese were trying to build the Florida high-speed rail back in 2008, 2007, 2009. So what happened was, when the Japanese companies met with the FRA kept asking them if these trains could survive an accident. And the Japanese were all confused, because they're saying, it's not supposed to be an accident. This is supposed to avoid an accident. We don't do accident survival. We do accident avoidance, so nobody dies. I mean, back then it was like they moved 7 billion passengers in these trains. Not one single accident. Nobody dead from any of these accidents. Of course, the Shinkansen has had a few derailments due to weather and earthquakes, which is possible. But again, zero people have died in a Shinkansen. Now it's 10 billion passengers and still zero. Hyperloop can't account for that because you divide by the number of Hyperloop passengers, you get a big, fat nothing because you can't divide by zero. All right, let's check out the comments over here. Do you know how railroad companies are taxed by the state federal government? I've seen some people say it's based on miles of track owned, but others say it's based on total revenue made. That's from Network Rock Studios. Particularly, I'm not going to go into the vast details of it, but it's a mix of both. Especially different states have different tax revenues as well, because it could be by state and also interstate laws as well. That probably deserves a whole video by itself. So actually, I'm going to put that down for something. Thank you, Nano Rock. It's actually a pretty good idea. Railroads. There we go. Yeah, Ruben put it over here. How do you survive a crash, Japan? How do you even crash? Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Already the rest of the world has gone ahead and said, we're going beyond this. We're going beyond crashes. And we're still over here thinking that, even I was looking at a podcast from trains.com. They're still going on about, what? Driverless cars? Driverless cars aren't, the technology is not here, guys. Driverless cars isn't happening. Let me see. Ethan Stein wants to share an article. So again, you guys can share articles over here. I don't mind. I'll go ahead and let it out because it's, you guys have been doing really great. Nobody's out of order, cursing or anything like that. So again, we have a great audience here, and we're going to keep growing that up. Let's see if there are any other comments over here. From Cray, 1996, regarding Hyperloop. I look forward to people getting confused with Virgin Trains West Coast over here in the UK on Twitter. That's going to be pretty funny. I know we had some people over in the UK that are not too excited about the Virgin Company taking over Brightline. They're not taking over Brightline. They're only putting a minority stake. And they're not taking over the management. All it's doing is changing the branding. That's it. Okay? And they've already said it. We're not changing the amount of people there. They're not changing the management. Even Branson himself has said that he loves the management of Brightline, the energy that Brightline has in running this, so they're not going to change that. The only thing that's going to change is that it's not going to be Brightline anymore. It's going to be Virgin Trains USA. So, again, real driverless cars are here, but they're not all they're hyped up to be. Exactly. That's the thing. It's not completely driverless. You still have to have a driver or an attendant in these cars driving. Like the whole thing that Uber was doing in Pittsburgh of doing their driverless cars over there, the whole experiment, it didn't go at all as planned as they were. They were having back and forth arguments with the city. They weren't running the cars exactly how it was supposed to be doing. These cars were having glitches. They had to have somebody inside the car, so they're not really driverless. I mean, you have a guy in the car and he's touching the wheel every 2 minutes or so. That's not a driverless car, guys. That's just a monitored car. That's what it is. Again, driverless really works well in the train industry, and that's why we see here, like, CSX, a lot of the money that they're making now from the revenue, they're going to be putting back into the railroad. Again, for increasing volume, the capital expenditure that they're putting into. Now, it seems like over here, I think in Chicago, they're going ahead to put in some overhead rail lines to eliminate some crossings. So again, safety from what's going on over here. So it's pretty good. Again, so CSX, the whole rail industry as a whole, from freight to passengers, is doing well. So we're going to be doing a little bit more on freight as well, since we are the American Rail Club now. We're going to be the best rail news source by the end of the year. I'm guaranteeing this. So let's do this, guys. January, February, if we can reach 10,000 subscribers, we're well on our way to being the best rail channel on YouTube. That's what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to keep promoting, we're going to keep advocating for the future of rail in this country. So that's going to be good. Let's go ahead, let's see a comment over here. I'm not going to be spending too many times in the comments, so whatever I see is whatever I'm going to get, because I had some complaints the last time that I was spending way too much time here in the comments. Will Bradbury, what are your thoughts on electrification of many UK railroads? Is diesel dead in 10 years? I think in Europe, diesel's going to be dead within several years. Absolutely. Diesel in Europe is on its way out. Except for places like Eastern Europe, those are still building up, because you see a lot of Russian and Chinese investment into places like Czechoslovakia, Ukraine, Serbia especially. Russia just did a lot of investment into Serbia for rail recently this week, if I was reading an article. So diesel is still the cheapest way to get there, but by the end of it, once it's already set up, once you have service already going, it's going to get to electrification. Even in the UK, they're already starting to look at hydrogen-powered trains, which, yeah, hydrogen-powered is not there yet to be able to make it a viable fuel source, but as technology keeps growing, as with anything, it's going to happen. So Europe before America, most definitely, is going to be mostly electrified. Okay, and it's a lot cheaper. I know it's expensive to start out with, but once you have it, even here in the United States, Milwaukee Road is probably one of the most famous railroads in history when it comes to electrification. Because again, that's the Midwest and Rocky Mountain region that it had it in. So again, not that many people as would be the Northeast Corridor. But you had so much electrification there that the trains ran so much quicker. They didn't need that much energy. And you can run freight. You can run passengers. I think Italy now is doing electrified freight rail. For smaller packages, but it's happening. Let me see. Benjamin Petroville, sorry, but all Eastern European U lines are electrified. Yeah, some of them are, but a lot of them are still diesel. But I think as it's becoming more and more, as it's becoming more and more prevalent for railroad, some of them are just even skipping, just going from diesel and then going into electrification. They're just going straight into electrification. That's what's happening. And how many years for Europe? Probably 10. I would say the majority, at least over 60% of railroads would be electrified. That's for certain. And they're going to... the UK is banning diesel in 2040. So diesel companies... you're not gonna have fun if you don't get up there. Cummins. I just had to put that in there because I live in Indiana, the big company over here. So Dante Raphael is asking, what about compressed natural gas? Compressed natural gas is also another thing, but it's not as, I would say, it's not getting as much development as hydrogen and electrification. Electrification is still the way to go. If you're doing a passenger railroad or anything like that, electrification is still the proven way to do that. Hybrid, definitely, yep. Hybrid is probably going to be the way to go, diesel hybrid. That could be. Is hydrogen a great system for trains? Nikola Motors is doing full trucks with 900-mile range trains in 2025. That's from Will Bradbury. Yeah, it definitely is. Once the technology becomes cheaper, because hydrogen is a little bit too expensive now to be getting into cars. There was a video by Real Engineering that he went into this a lot simpler. If you guys want to see it, just look up Real Engineering, put in hydrogen. The amount of energy production for the same amount of hydrogen as it is for diesel or it is for gas, it's not there yet. But it's happening. Marie's Railroad is asking, did you see the Midwest HSR organization map for possible routes? Yeah, I did. Again, guys, the Midwest is something that a lot of people tend to overlook. It's a region here in the United States. Again, it gets cold. So what? Northeast gets cold too. But again, it's not as built up as Northeast. So what does that mean? It's a lot cheaper to build railroads here. It's a lot cheaper to buy a property for stations, for real estate, etc. And you have a lot more to build over here. You can fit a lot more people here than, let's say, the Northeast. So again, we don't have a population problem. We do have a density problem, but not a population problem in the United States. But if we want to have our country, and for any country, if any country wants to go ahead and push their economic status and push the revenue faster and better, they do need to have a rail line. That's going to happen. Okay, so let's go. Speaking of Northeast, if you guys have been following this, because this is quote unquote just another complete MTA disaster. That's coming from the board member of the MTA, Andrew Saul. So the L train, if you guys have been following this has been a complete, absolute, utter disaster. Can't believe what's going on in here. So if you guys are not, let me see, Jacob's putting a, there we here. Let's put a. Again, if you guys have a, I don't know why some messages are getting retracted, guys, but again, if YouTube does that, some of them I can put through, but YouTube will stop them. But again, let me see. What's your favorite YouTube channel on train travel? That's an interesting one. Let me see. I'm trying to figure what's that British couple that goes in all the stations. I think that's what it's called. That one I do like. I do like Dotaku. Because you know, some really nice videos on Japanese trains. Because I love the Japanese trains. Really, one of the other like a lot of the Japanese channels. Let me see. There's one. I'm trying to think of it. Only in Japan. The guy there, John Dobb, he does some train videos as well, or because getting anywhere in Japan, you're gonna have to use the train. So he did like some videos on like the Sunrise Seto and getting on the Shinkansen, which actually I saw before getting on the Shinkansen myself in Japan, which are really helpful. So again, those are my favorite channels. So let's stick back on this, because this is something that's, again, this is really important over here, guys, to see what's going on over in New York. So what happened here? Long story short, the Canarsie Tunnel was flooded up by Hurricane Sandy. I said this in the last live. So they already had a plan what they were going to do. They had two plans. Number one, they can close one part of the tunnel and still run on the other side of the tunnel while still doing construction on one part of it. However, the trains running on the other side of the tunnel would be delayed by pretty badly. They would be delayed pretty badly and would probably cause more of a mess than actually doing anything. So that's number one. The second option was to close both lines, both sides of the tunnel, get them completely done without any trains going in there in 1.5 years instead of the 3 years that would take doing the flipping, option A. And then they would have everything done and everything set. Most people in most of the city already said, okay, we'll take the second option if you can do this all correctly. Fine. They had this whole marketing campaign to get everybody prepared in Brooklyn, to get everybody prepared in Manhattan. Even the real estate was starting to suffer in, I forget which part of Brooklyn it was, but in the part of Brooklyn where the L train goes in, the real estate, that was the only part of New York where real estate went down. I have every place in New York. Let me see. Again, yeah, guys, show if you want to share links here to anything that I'm talking about, or if you guys are talking to anybody else over here, be sure to send links, because, again, this is for all of our benefits, to learn, to see what's going on around the world, to see what's going on in our own country, to advocate, promote, and to research what is going on to make our railroads better. Because that's what it's all about. That's what American Rail Club is about. That's what we're about here, guys. We're making our railroads a lot better than they used to be. Make railroads great again. Actually, we should make a cap like that. Let me know if you guys want that in the comments below. Should we make a cap that says "Make our railroads great again"? Make America's railroads great again. Let me know, because that would be good. Yeah, Williamsburg, Brooklyn. That's it, Grumio. That's it, Williamsburg. I don't really go too much into Brooklyn as much, because I'm over. My family now lives mostly all in Jersey. Okay, they all live in North Bergen. They live in West New York. Okay, that's where we're living. You know, because it's cheaper over there, I guess. But getting into the city again, it's pretty difficult. But you know, still going to Brooklyn. I did go to the Transit Museum, by the way. So yes, yeah, okay. People are saying good, yeah. So we'll go. I'm gonna try to go ahead and make that cap. So that's gonna be pretty cool. Let me see. Are we going to any conferences this year? Not yet. I haven't planned any yet, but I will look them up, by the way. Let me see. I'll look up if we can go to any conferences. The thing is, right now, my funds are pretty not too good right now. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I did get laid off from Cummins. Cummins has laid off some people. That's where I was working at previously. I am getting another job, so that's good. I'm running some other things on the side for social media marketing and stuff like that. So I am getting, some funds over here. And if I, do see something, I'll go ahead and go to the conferences. But again, right now the channel is, a pretty big priority for me. If you guys do want to support the channel, I'm going to go ahead and put our Patreon over here as well, so you guys can go ahead and support us on Patreon. By the way, we do want to shout out to all our patrons who already are helping us out on there. I'll give you guys a big shout out because you guys have been, fantastic. You've been keeping this channel up afloat. Been able to now do these more live streams now, everything. So also, if you guys are in, we're gonna fix up the Patreon a little bit because I know it's not up to date. So we're gonna go ahead and fix that up soon to make sure for all those of you in the tier, so we can be able to have a one-on-one chat to be able to see what you guys want to see from the channel. Again, we're not there yet to have big enough audience, but I will go ahead and set that up. So I didn't forget about it. I will go ahead and set that up as soon as I can. So let me go ahead and shout out to our Patreons over here. All right, perfect, excellent. Would you come to InnoTrans in Berlin? It is the biggest expo. Yeah, for sure, definitely. I will go to the next InnoTrans. That's definitely going to be for sure. Benjamin Petra. Okay, you also said why not make a video of Acela, New York to Washington D.C. I do have that set as a video idea for this year because I basically sat down when I was stuck in Fort Lauderdale, just doing a whole bunch of video ideas. Acela was one of them. I have like at least. You see all these papers, guys. All right, all that's all ideas. Okay, these are all ideas of what I'm doing over here for the club. So I have like at least a list of I don't know how many videos that we're gonna do. Here's some of the video ideas that we're doing. Again, so the next one we're actually working on this week is going to be New York Transit Museum. So that's going to be the next video coming up this week, for sure. Let's see, but then again, let's go back onto the L train because this is important. So there was emergency meetings held on getting. By the way, if you guys live in New York, please go to these meetings because it is imperative that we get out there and you let the board know, you let the governorship know that what they're doing right now is wrong. So they had this plan to go ahead and close down both tunnels to get it done, fix this correctly, get the tunnel done, the Canarsie tunnel done, and get it rebuilt, fixed up, get the silica dust out of there, and get it moving. So now before that was all set and done. Everybody knew that was going to be happening. Williamsburg prepared, Manhattan prepared, everybody prepared. But then all of a sudden, 2 weeks ago, Governor Cuomo, Andrew Cuomo, comes up and says, oh, by the way, we got these people from all these universities. I think it was MIT and Cornell. All these engineers saying, we got to do it this way. We're going to do it sort of like the first plan. We're going to close off one half of the tunnel and do it like this. It hasn't been done before. It's going to be great, and we're doing it. So everybody is like, what's going on? So the MTA is upset because they weren't told about it. The city's upset because they weren't told about it. Nobody was told about it until Cuomo just came up and said, this is the way we're doing it. And just came up with a whole presentation of how it's going to get done from engineers from Cornell. That's insane. It is insane. So these were the 5 key takeaways that were coming up in the meetings. I'm going to, again, all these articles, guys, I'll go ahead and put them out below. Might as well just go ahead and start doing that. So again, here, USA Today. Here's our snow. That's that first article. Okay. Instagram again. Follow us on Instagram. There we are in the comments below. Fort Worth, Dallas. Here we are, Tex Rail. Okay. Also, I'm going to put this guy's channel over here, New York Train Chasers. You know what? You did a great job on this video. I'm putting your video right here too. So, there you go. Hey, did I miss who won the hyperlink nickname? Got a phone call. No, you did not miss it. Again, what's coming up in the end of the episode. So again, you guys got to be sticking in here. Light rail projects. Here we are. Yeah, be aware of the consultant industrial complex. I like. All right. All right, can you guys hear me? All right, I think the stream just went, yeah, the stream just cut out for a second. I don't know what happened. I got OBS and everything, so not streaming from the phone like that first live stream, but so far, everything's good. Okay, good, we're all still here. Excellent. Yeah, guys, if you want to go ahead and submit, again, we're going to be doing it in about 10 minutes or so. Go ahead and submit submit your nickname for Hyperloop. Last chance. That's your last chance before we do the big reveal. The last chance. Okay. So, according to this was the 5, back to the L train. These are the 5 key takeaways from Curbed, which is a pretty good website when it comes to real estate news and when it comes to building and stuff like that. These are the top 5 key takeaways. Number 1, the MTA Capital Construction Division is going to take over the project. Okay. So, again, that could be better. The thing is, I was a little disappointed. I don't know from the article. They're just saying that President Andy Byford, who's been pretty good for the MTA, by the way. I do got to give him props because he's been doing a really great job with getting the MTA, getting it right back on board. So that's really good. But he was, according to the article, it says he was a little bit mum during the hours-long meeting, which, again, I can understand. These meetings go for a long time. They suck, but they're important. Okay, they're important to get this done. Let me see the new racking system over here. So all the information is over here. How the silica dust is going to be removed during construction, the lifespan of rehabilitation, and again, the plan is still up for debate. So the final voting is going to be, I believe, on the 24th of January. So if you're in New York, if you're a New Yorker, and you want to make your voice heard, get to these meetings. Okay, right here. It's going to be on the MTA website. Get your voice heard, New York. Right here. All right, here. There we are. Yeah. Andy did do a good job with Toronto. That's from GTA Transit, man. I saw you put another comment there if I will be doing Canadian Rail. I do have that, especially to look into Via Rail because Via, whatever people want to call it. I know you guys call it Via Rail, so I do want to do a video on that and say it's it's not Amtrak's hat, but it's a good job. Yeah, and Bruce Hine, he did a really good job over here when it came to this. So if you guys don't know, Bruce Hine, he's in our club. Okay, so he did a very good job coming up to the MTA and telling them what's going on. So of what's going to happen. So he really did a good job on here. I'm going to link the speech. By the way, if you guys are not in the Facebook group, do get into the Facebook group because it's really fun. We do have a good time. We do learn. There are some times when people get a little bit heated. Again, politically, sometimes it happens. But that's the reason why I made it a Facebook group. Here's Bruce's speech. There we are. Yeah. Okay, if you guys are still asking for the link, I put it in a couple times. Again, the link to submit your Hyperloop, it's right in the link in the description below. Go look to the Hyperloop video. The biggest problem with the Hyperloop, put in your nickname and get that in there. So again, we have people all over that are doing this. This is the great thing about American Rail Club, guys. And this is why you should join the group. So people asked me before, why did I make a group? Why didn't I make a page on Facebook when I first started out? And I'd never been on Facebook, by the way. This is the only reason why I'm on Facebook, is for this group. The reason why I wanted a group is I said, you know what? I want an open forum. I want this to be a place where it's not just one person putting out posts and people putting out comments underneath because that doesn't drive a conversation. I want this to be something that isn't just led by me. This is led by all of you guys. We wouldn't be doing this as well if it wasn't for you guys. So I thank you guys, okay? Because this is really great. And now it's even starting out to go on Reddit and Discord now. Highcast Infrastructure, if you guys don't know him, he's also on the group. He made a Discord channel for you guys who are more into Discord and stuff like that to go ahead and talk about it. It's called Transportation Central. I'll go ahead and link that if I can find a link to it. But it's again really good. And for those of you guys on Facebook, this is why we do this, because we make it an open forum for you guys to go ahead and be involved, to make your own ideas, to show what it is. Look, even this Matthias Svederberg, if you guys don't know him, he's very well known in the maglev sphere. He's gone ahead and put in what diesel high-speed tilt system, excuse me, what it would look like. So again, this is the genius that we have on this group. All the genius, all the imagination, all the ideas that we have on this. You don't get this in any other group. You don't get this in any other channel or anything like that. This is a whole community where people can come together and make this happen. That's what we're here to do. We're here to change our country, to go ahead and say that rail is the way to go, and we can do this. So that's what it's about. All right, guys, we're getting towards the end here. It's 5:11. I'm trying to make these again, these live streams a little bit shorter and a little bit more to the point. So I think we gone through everything right now. Let's go ahead. We're going to start right now to go ahead and pick for the biggest problem with the Hyperloop. Why will it fail hard? We had over 290 comments of 10,000 views for this video, guys. So it's a pretty good video on our part. Maybe we can get this up to 100,000. People will start to really see what's going on. So we gone ahead. We put in the URL over here. So go ahead. So there's a website called Common Picker. So you guys can see this whole process is all completely no favorites here. I'm not gonna get a free T-shirt or anything like that. So, or none of you guys that have been following the club. I'm sorry. That's how it is. Again, I said completely random. If your comment gets chosen and you have a nickname for the Hyperloop, you will get a free T-shirt. So here we go. We're gonna start this up. All right. So far we have 135 unique commenters. Let me go ahead and put that up. Drawing starting now. All right. Let's see. Any other comments? Let your voice be heard. Let me see. Dante Raphael. Remember my idea of a Georgia maglev line between Savannah, Atlanta in 1 hour? That'll be pretty interesting. Those are two big cities. I love Savannah, by the way. I've gone there a couple times. I love that city. Ruben, are you sure it's not being hacked by the Russians? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Let's go ahead and do this. You guys ready? Let me know you're ready. Come on, put it in the comments below. Tell me when you're ready. When you say, when I see you're ready, we're going to go ahead and pick the random winner. Let me know. Just put ready in the comments below, and we're going to start this. Here we go. Cross fingers. All right. Here we go. Let me see. I'll do one more question before we start this. Osman Hussein, what about the California high-speed rail? Nothing big this happened so far in the last couple of weeks, so I'm not really reporting on it this time yet. Okay, ready. Here we go. All right, guys, let's do this. We're gonna start the raffle and pick a random winner. Here we go. The music's just pushing this up. Derek West, great video, dude. Sorry he doesn't win. He didn't put in again, you gotta put a nickname. So Derek West does not win. Sorry, man, but put a nickname in there. Okay, let's try this again. Don't worry. Ready? Here we go again. You guys are still looking, right? Here we go. Man, this music's just tense. Theo Jones. The Hyperloop will be needed, just not now. No nickname, no win. No ticket, no washi. Let's keep this going, guys. There we are. Come on. Ready? Let's keep going. Derek, Jesus Christ, you can't be that lucky. Come on. Nah. All right, let's try this again. Let's refresh this page. Let's try this again. Come on, we have plenty of people who put nicknames in there. You can't have the same person over and over again. Could be hacked by the Russians. All right, there we go. Winner, Ethan Stein. Ethan, I think you're in the chat right now. I did see your name. Failure Loop. Failure Loop is the winner. Ethan Stein. You win, bro. There you go. So, Ethan Stein, you won the contest. Make sure, I'll go ahead and contact you. Make sure to get back. To go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and we'll settle in. You get your free t-shirt. Get that in. You pick a design. We'll go ahead and send it to you. Congratulations, Ethan. You won the contest. Thank you for being a part of this, and thank you for being a part of the contest, of being a part of the American Rail Club, of being a part of this entire movement, guys. This is an entire movement. We're going up there, man. We have at least 8,200 subscribers. Last month we only had 7,000, and we're at 8,000. We're going to keep going. So congratulations, Ethan. You won the first contest for the American Rail Club. Give yourself a round of applause, everybody. That's great. It's real great. All right. Well, Ethan, I'll get back to you. Don't worry. He's. I think it looks like he left the chat, but great job, everybody. All right. We do have enough time for questions. By the way, if you guys are joining the Facebook group, I'm glad that Ruben mentioned it. If you guys are joining the Facebook group, please go ahead and make sure you answer the questions below. We did get some really nice nicknames for the Hyperloop. These were pretty funny. Overhyped loop, Hyperflop. It's pretty funny. Hyperpoop, Hypeloop, which Hypeloop I think is like probably the name that sticks more. Hypnoloop, hypnotizing the media. Money loop, Hyperloser. Let me see any other ones here. So again, these are some pretty great nicknames. I love these nicknames. These are good nicknames. Okay, so if you guys keep putting your nicknames, I'm gonna put in there. This was pretty fun. So we'll go ahead and we'll do another contest next time to go ahead if we do a video like this, because this was pretty fun. Glad you guys have been joining us. I have time for one more question. So if you guys have any questions, leave them now. We got 5 more minutes. And then we'll be signing off for this episode of Fast News. There we go. Yeah, we do have a wall and vetting in our group. Let's see. Okay, here we go. That's a good one. Never Rock Studios. Whatever happened to All Aboard Erie? I remember your interview one of the people behind it years ago, but I haven't heard anything since. Yes, the name of the gentleman who runs that, Eric Pitzner. He runs, Mr. Pitzner. Yeah, he runs All Aboard Erie. Haven't heard back in a while. I should go ahead and give him a call and see what's going on with that. Maybe we can do another interview with that, because that was pretty good. So thank you for, again, you've been giving me some good ideas over here, man. When we start growing bigger, should hire you or something. All right, guys. Well, I think that ends it for today. Thank you so much for joining us on this live stream of the American Rail Club. Glad you all can make it and be on board. This ends this journey, but we'll have the next one soon, so be sure I will let you guys know when the next departure from the station is happening. So again, thank you all for joining us. Go ahead and look, if you guys really want to make this club go ahead and share our videos, share our group, subscribe, get people in there. Okay, you have a brother, you have a friend, just say, hey, look, this is a great group. Okay, this is probably the best train group on YouTube. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love the videos they're doing. They're growing really fun. There are 8,000 subscribers. They're going to keep going on 10,000. Let's see if we can get 10,000 by February. If we can do that, we're doing really well. So we're doing pretty well, guys. I thank you all for joining us. Okay, this has been really fun. I love doing this with you guys every weekend. Thank you. Thank you for being on board. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being on our Patreon. We will see you all next time. Until then, stay safe. If you're in the winter weather, stay seated, and we'll see you all next time. To the future. Signing off.